In this episode, with the strength architect, Jay Kali, you'll learn how to start your journey to a healthier, stronger, more empowered you. You will also learn how to completely change your perspective on failure to a perspective that fuels your success. And you will learn how your challenges can actually propel you to new, greater levels of accomplishments. Let's jump in.
The Life I Deserve, sharing creative ideas, inspirational stories, and fresh perspectives that will empower you to live your life to the fullest.
Hi, I'm Jack Canfield, and you're listening to The Life I Deserve by my good friend, Adrian McMillan.
Welcome to The Goal Show, brought to you by The Life I Deserve. I am your host, Adrian McMillan. I'm proud to introduce my guest to you today. It is Jay Kali, aka the Strength Architect, who doesn't just build better bodies, he helps build strong, motivated, and empowered women. As a coach and fitness specialist for over 6 years, who has owned 3 fitness businesses and authored an Amazon best-selling book, Jay has trained thousands of people and finally found a way to put power back into his clients' hands. Jay's innovative approach is based on the radical notion that we are all different. Knowing that there's no one-size-fits-all answer to fitness, Jay actually meets each client where they are, providing highly personalized training solutions to help each woman meet her individualized goals. He is motivated by a genuine desire to help others to take charge of their lives, becoming physically, mentally, and emotionally stronger. He strives to lead by example, demonstrating that when we tap into our true potential, there is nothing we cannot achieve. Welcome, Jay.
Adrian, how you doing?
Fantastic. It's good to have your beaming positive energy here. Actually, just met you. You reached out to me because you're actually a fan of my show. And and just in the brief conversation that we had, I was like, oh yeah, this is a great fit. I can't wait to interview you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I try to bring the energy, man. And, it's the best thing I can do. So let's do it.
Let's do it. So yeah, I would love for my audience to get to know you a little better, and I would love to get to know you even a little better. So could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, for sure. A little bit about me. I kind of come from a really crazy past. I grew up I grew up in the projects. I grew up on, government housing and stuff like that. I actually got kicked out of high school when I was actually in the 9th grade. Ended up graduating high school at 16, joined the military at 17. By 18, I was in Iraq. By 19, 20 years old, I was actually in Egypt with 12 soldiers underneath me. I can keep on going. By 21, I got out of the military. By 21, I actually got picked up by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to start working for them. So I worked for the Bureau of Prisons for probably about 5 years. From there, I actually said, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. I got to do something more with my life than babysit grown men. So I'm just going to sell all my stuff and I'm going to move to Cancun. And so 6 years ago, that's exactly what I did, a little bit more than 6 years ago. So I've been living down here ever since. And I love it, man. I love my life.
Wow. So already there's so much there that I didn't know. And I feel like there are 100 stories behind what you just said.
Man,
really,
what path do you want to go down, Adrian? I put the power in your hand.
Well, one part of what we're going to go through here is like some challenges you overcame, which, we may have to have a follow-up show because it sounds like with that kind of journey, there's, I'm sure, some big challenges along the way.
Man, a lot of different, a roller coaster ride for sure. No doubt about it.
Sounds like it. So now you are actually helping people to transform their lives. I would love to hear about how you actually determine your purpose. You determine this is what you're here to do, and how you, I guess, use all this fascinating history, all this you've been through to actually help people.
Well, and I think that's the biggest thing, especially when it comes to coaching and helping others, is your experiences. If I like I said in the intro, or like you said in the intro, it's not a one size fits all. And I think that's what happens a lot of the time with fitness. It's, you know what, I know this one way works, so we're only going to do this one way because, well, it works. Well, it works for you and maybe a couple of your other friends, but you can't say that works for everybody. I can't put everybody in one style of training because, you know what, we're all different. And that's kind of hurts, at the same time, because we want that one solve, tell me the one answer to solve all my problems, but it doesn't come that way. And it's all usually a trial by error and just playing. And that's what I learned over the years. And I found that that's really been my mission. I came down here and I opened a couple of gyms and I trained thousands of people. And then I decided to move my business 100% online. And once I moved it all online, well, I realized, man, I can't talk to everybody. I can't help everybody. Who do I really love working with? Who really, who do I want to help the most? And what it came down to was helping women like my mom. She was overweight, really had a lot of problems with her self-confidence and things like that whenever I was growing up. And it hurt me, and I carried those things with me as I got older. And I realized, coming from an unhealthy background, never really learning the basics of nutrition or how to do fitness, I knew that was a passion for me once I learned how to do it, because, I was like, I want to put my health in my hands, and I knew that's how to do it. But when I started helping others, that's when I realized why. And it came from helping my mom or wanting to help women like my mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brother, I just connected with you on a whole new level right there.
Oh, wow.
My mom was actually a big inspiration for me to reach out and help people as well. My mom was also overweight. She was a diabetic, and it actually took years off of her life. And it just I did go through, as a kid, I was a chubby kid, and I did go through, hey, you know what? I need to, if nothing else, I want to inspire my mom to get healthier. And so that was a part of me trying to take care of my own health. And it's so touching to hear that was a big part of your inspiration, because I definitely feel that.
I don't know. I don't really want to put my mom on the place, but I don't know. One of the most lifetime things I remember carrying with me is like her yelling from like her bedroom, and I'm thinking something happened, right? And I run in there, and it's her laying on the bed needing help buttoning her jeans. And it's just like, I can't imagine what she went through as that woman, right? Like the confidence that she had to build up inside of herself, even to go out into the day, you know what I'm saying? To even wear those uncomfortable jeans and do something like I don't want that for anybody. And the great thing that I've learned also when helping moms specifically and helping women is that, I'm changing generations, because what's happening is, especially as you see now, like older women, I say older as, in their 40s and 50s, well, they're taking care of their own parents. They're taking care of their mothers and their fathers who are still around, maybe in their 80s or, 70s. Well, they're also taking care of their children. So they're taking care of not only themselves, they're taking care of their parents, and they're taking care of their children. So if you can change one, you can actually change and affect 3 generations, if not more. And that's what people don't realize. If I can help the mom or the woman who now she understands nutrition and she can pass that on to her children, or the woman who now understands, easy, simple to do exercises at home that she can help her 80-year-old mother who has dementia with. Those are life-saving things. And those are what, drive me really.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So you're not just, trying to grow your business. You're really fueled by really helping people to transform their lives and to help those people that they really love and care about.
Absolutely. No disrespect to any, my mentor who got me into fitness, who I really learned from, I realized learning from him, that isn't really how he did things, how I wanted to do things. And his thing was, he liked being in front of a stage and in front of, 500 people and getting them pumped up and getting them motivated. And they're great for an hour, 2 hours, or a half a day. And I realized, I don't want to just be that spike in motivation and die. I want to be that guy who actually changes your life and don't make you dependent on me. I don't care. I want you to learn everything I know so you can leave and go help others. I gain nothing by keeping you in the dark. Right? Which is, I think, a problem that happens in a lot of industries, especially in personal training. Oh, I can't tell them everything, because if I do, then, they're going to know all my secrets and they're just going to leave me. No, I want you to leave me. I want you to know everything you want to know and need to know to make you successful, because I'm tired of you struggling your entire life with this.
I love it. So
Yeah.
there's two key things there that I would love to explore a little further, or at least see what you think about. We do as entrepreneurs, we love the ability. Hey, I'm going to get on the stage and I'm just going to give that message, and I'm going to
Mhm.
help 1,000 people all at one time. Yeah, that's very tempting to think about, but it's a bit of a delusion to really think that you're going to affect all those people from that stage that much. But when you get personal and you get to know someone and you get to know what brings them pain, and what would help them to have a more fulfilling life,
Mhm.
that's when you really make a difference. And that's when you just feel like, okay, I'm living my purpose. I
I'm
love.
doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, no, 100%. I realize, I mean, that's the one thing I love giving back, and that's something that I've never been, accused of not doing is never giving enough. I'm definitely one of those over givers, right? Like the Gary Vaynerchuk, like jab, 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 left hook. I forget the left hook sometimes. I just would rather give than anything else.
I love it. So you have this vast background of experiences. So do you think that your journey has played a part in what you're actually doing now, like your perspective on what you're doing?
And honestly, I would tell you the truth, Adrian. I say with my people who I work with one-on-one specifically, right? Like, and you're going to hear this over countless times with when it comes with personal training and personal coaching. Look, my students know everything. There's nothing that I can teach them more. They know what I'm going to say. They know where I'm going to, the only reason they stay with me is because of the perspective that I bring. When they come to a problem, they come to an issue they don't understand how to maybe get around or to work with, I can help them solve that problem together that works with their schedule instead of saying, no, 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 it's impossible. So being able to bring that different perspective, like, well, did you think about this? Or did you try this? Or how about this? And it's like, oh, boom, light bulb moment. And so, yeah, I would say that my life experiences is 100% helped me that way.
Great. It sounds like it helped you to be very agile and to evolve to whatever you need to do. Uh, Being in the military and working in a prison and those type of things, I imagine you had to really be on your toes and you really had to think quickly. And whatever you had planned on how things were going to go was often not the way things went. And so you had to accommodate.
Yeah, and it's actually probably one of the really cool things with going through, say, different things with, say, officer military training, right? That I remember one scenario they used to say is like, whenever the officer comes to the hill, they, regardless of what happens, they can't just sit there. They have to make the decision. You either take the hill or you go around the hill. One of the two, but you just can't sit there. You can't be that sitting duck. And so usually when it comes to the prison environment or any other environment, let's say with fitness, let's say, oh, someone has an injury or something like that. Well, I messed up my knee 3 years ago playing flag football. Okay, cool. So let's figure out how we can work around that injury. And knowing those steps, knowing what to do, how to pivot, how to move, how to change, that all leads into, instead of being that you had to fit into my system. No, 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 no. My system adapts to you. And that's what the key is.
Great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of all of this different experiences that you've been through in your journey, can you think of any particular big challenge that you faced and you overcame that you may have learned some great lessons from?
Well, how about this? Can we put it into like a certain category? Do you want to go business? Do you want to go life? Do you want to go like? Because I want to help I want to help your listeners out the most. I don't want to. I want something that's going to resonate with them and help them the most.
So let's put it in this category. So something that you wanted to achieve. If you think of something that you really,
I got you. You ready? Yeah.
Okay.
You have to learn, and this is a hard one that it took me a while to learn, and it took me my mentor drilling into my head. You have to learn to fail, and you have to learn to fall in love with failing, regardless of what you do, regardless of whatever chances you go take, regardless of if you want to go start your own business or start end your career, anything like that, whatever you want to go do, you have to realize that.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest point.
Yeah, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't take that step forward. And it's we have to reframe what failure is. a lot of people tend to think failure is, I shouldn't be doing this. I should just give up. I should go back home. When really what it is it's a lesson.
Mm.
If you look at it as a lesson, there is never really true failure. It's something you learned along the way. It's something that there's always something there you can take and say, okay, how can I do this better next time? How can I learn from this and become a bigger, stronger person from this?
And it's weird because like we know this, we know the Thomas Edison story of, I didn't fail 9,999 times, right? I learned what not to do 9,909. We hear these things all the time, oh, when you're a baby, you didn't learn how to walk the first time, or even let's try learning another language. When's the last time you tried to learn another language? You're not going to pick that up overnight, and you're going to consider yourself a failure if you don't get it in the first time you go. No, come on. So you have to realize, there is a learning curve. But I also, one of my favorite quotes and sayings that I tell people is, I truly believe that if you take that step and you're bold and you take that risk into the unknown, I truly believe the universe will reward you. Now, it might not come how you want it to or how you think it's going to be, but because you took that risk and because you're willing to do that, now you show faith, now you show commitment, you have that faith in yourself as boldness. And I think that the universe rewards that.
I agree. And, it's not just rewarding that, it's also providing us feedback along the way. And that feedback is valuable. Yeah, sometimes it's a little tough.
It hurts.
Sometimes it comes in a form that we don't expect.
Yep.
But we need that feedback to figure out how to pivot, how to adjust, what we need to do differently. And we just don't get that feedback until we take action. And just, let's fail more. Let's aggressively fail.
Aggressively fail.
It's also funny because I'm saying failure, but I actually don't believe in true failure.
Yeah, I know, and it's hard. It's a hard concept to really talk about, right? Because how do you describe it? Because and that's where we come into the semantics of words, right? Like, you use it this. You know what I'm trying to tell you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, fall in love with failure, right? Even though we don't believe in failure, right? Because we're trying to move on to that next step. No, but just reframe, like you said, reframe how you consider that word 100%.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember years ago, I was having lunch with a friend and he was starting his own business. I worked with him in the movie industry and he decided to start his own business. And I had lunch with him and he got a phone call during lunch and he said, oh, it's my attorney. This company's trying to sue us. And years ago, I even thought about it at that time a little bit. I thought, I used to think of that as just failure. You're trying to be sued. Yep. But he looked at it as, hey, I'm going out on my own. I'm doing my own thing. This is part of the process.
Yep.
And he just had an amazing attitude. And I just remember that point sitting there going, wow, maybe I just need to rethink everything that I thought was failing.
Fail fast and fail often, right? Because you're not going to know what you don't know the outcome until it happens.
Exactly.
You don't know when to, like you said, you don't know when to pivot. You don't know when to move. You don't know how to turn. So, at least it's happening. At least, he's crossing that bridge. He crosses that next step. Boom, he goes on to the next battle or whatever you want to consider it. So, no, I like his, the power of a positive mindset really goes a really, really, really far way.
I agree. And it's so nice that you are not only a person that helps people to transform their body and helps them to actually learn how to do it in a very personal way and to help others, but you also have this great outlook on life and how to actually, I feel like when you are working with people that they are learning more than the lessons on taking care of their body, that they're actually learning how to apply those same lessons toward life. So I would love for you to kind of expand on what you offer and how my audience can take advantage of what you offer.
Well, honestly, Adrian, if you want me to, I would rather just give my best-selling book to your audience. And it explains everything in there. Like, it's not one of those best-selling Amazon books that just, gives you a piece of the information, hoping you to get on a call. No. I'm giving you everything. I'm going to tell you everything I know, and I'm going to give it to your audience for free. What do you think about that?
Wow, I love it. That's actually the other thing I was trying to think of earlier is that when we think about, because you made the point of, okay, I have this knowledge and I need to give out just a little bit, but I need to withhold a lot of that knowledge. Otherwise, I don't have much value. That's my value. But
Scarcity. What a
true.
scarcity mindset that is.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. If I think that, I'm never going to come up with another idea. I got to hold on to this forever because I can't let someone else know. Oh my gosh. This makes me feel bad.
Exactly. But it takes a while to go from that scarcity mindset to the abundance mindset and to give it away and give it away. But the more we do that, the more we learn to do that, the more we see it coming back. The more that we see that the world is intended for that. The world's intended for us all to follow our passions, to do the stuff we're really passionate about, and to share. And when we do that sharing, it creates this perpetual kind of flow of energy and flow of people giving their gifts.
I remember, I don't know where I read it or whatnot, but because we have a lot of people struggle with money, let's say, right? They have, especially when it comes with money, with scarcity mindset, but I had someone explain to me that money's energy, technically, if you think of it, and it's just in transient. You can attract it, you can repel it, you can push it away, you can do a lot of things with it. We were talking about the law of attraction earlier, right? It's a law of attraction plus action type of things, right? But, knowing that it's there and having that faith that it's there or that it's coming, I think that goes so far that a lot of people don't realize.
I agree, exactly. And just so the audience is aware, before we started recording, we were touched on the law of attraction for a little bit. And Jay and I both agreed that Jay coined it, and I'm gonna.
No, I didn't coin it. I didn't coin it. No. Someone else.
But yeah, the law of attraction plus action is what we need.
Absolutely.
By visualizing and focusing on what we want to achieve and what we want, not just for ourselves but for the people we care about. By doing that, it does attract the tools, the resources, the things that we need to get that done. But we need to take the action and take advantage of those opportunities and to step forward. So yes. I love that. So speaking of your book, so tell us more. How can they take advantage of that great offer you shared?
Super easy. Just go straight to my website, Kali Coaching. So KALI, then coaching, how you normally spell coaching.com/secret gift, all one word. You go there, you're going to get two options. Now, I'm sorry I got to push you to the website, but that's the easiest way for me to offer you two different ways. You can do the instant digital download right now today, or you can pay $6.95 for the shipping and handling, and I'll mail you the book for free.
What a great offer. So I would encourage all of you listening or watching to take advantage of this. Jay is an amazing person that is doing his part to change the world, to make the world a better place, a happier and a more fit place.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming onto the show and sharing your amazing energy and your amazing skills.
Thank you for having me, Adrian. I really appreciate it.
All right. Have a beautiful day.
You too, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
In this episode, you learned about the importance of taking action toward your goals. Nothing happens until we take action. However, taking action can feel daunting if you don't know how to do it. So I'm providing you with a free gift to help you to get started. Go to thelifeideserve.com/action for a simple yet beautiful guide on the benefits of taking action and how to take action in a way that is easy, productive, and fun. Again, thelifeideserve.com/action.
Thanks for listening. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a passionate, fulfilling life. Subscribe so we can take this journey together. A journey of sharing, learning, and growing. A journey to the life you deserve.